Hey guys, welcome to XyrenTV. Today we'll be looking at the artifacts farming. As Comtois has mentioned, the fun in farming. So we'll be taking a look at that going into the Steel Fortress dungeon. So I'll be showing you guys my team composition and just how to get around the Steel Fortress boss's mechanics and some of the fail-safes that you can put in place to ensure a higher success rate to clear this dungeon if you don't have a Ling Ling, that is the Wind Kung Fu girl, or if you don't want to build a fire lizard. So another thing I would like to mention is we're gonna look at the brutal power of the artifacts. I know some of you guys are not convinced that you should be farming the artifacts dungeon because of the monster types, some mismatch that you don't feel it's defense type when it should be attack type and stuff like that. So maybe this video could help you to see that hey, it's not too bad to have a few artifacts on some of my key units. Let's take a look at how the artifacts can be utilized in the different areas of the game, be it PVE or PvP. So let's do a quick run through of the Steel Fortress boss skills. So skill 1, he has an AoE slow. Skill 2, he is able to stun for 2 turns potentially. Skill 3 is also a stun. It will be very beneficial to have a immunity buffer, maybe something like a friend. So for skill 4, it's also a passive, and the boss can grant himself 4 beneficial effects. That is why you would want a beneficial block on him ASAP. Right, so for my composition setup right now, it's gonna be Pungbek as the crit rate lead, 24%. She's gonna be the beneficial blocker as well. For Lauren, she's gonna be the attack bar reducer, defense breaker, also the stripper. And for Friend, she's gonna be providing immunity and attack buff. So for Zing, I think you should build him a bit more tankier, because if you're gonna leave him at 5 stars, he will not be dealing as much damage anyways. So this is where the brutal power of the artifacts come in. On the left, the elemental artifacts I have on Raoul. Damage received from wind minus 19%. And since we're gonna bring him out in Steel Fortress dungeon, I think this would be very helpful to increase the survivability of Raoul. All the more so he is a fire type, which means that he is elemental advantageous towards the boss, and also means that the boss can glance on him. Okay, so let's take a look at a run here. So some of the fail-safes that are in place is that the Lauren is there to reduce attack bar of the boss, and also for the Friend to have immunity so that your team do not get stunned up. Another fail-safe would be the Raoul for his team up effect. I mean his team up skill, which would grant additional skill cooldown reduction on your team or whoever that he brings up during the team up. So those are some of the fail-safes that you can deploy in your team with the beneficial block units that you have. For me, Pungbek and Zing, they're gonna be moving right after Friend and Lauren. My Lauren is built a bit more on the speedier build because I use her on the siege defense. So ideally you would want Friend to move first, then Lauren to armor break. And then Pungbek and then Zing is gonna go next to do the beneficial block effect. And then Raoul is there to cycle the turns at the end for Friend and also for Pungbek and Zing. So as you can see right now here, it's been I think 2 or 3 cycles, right? And then finally Pungbek uses his beneficial block as well as Zing. So this would cause the run to be a bit longer, but generally it's quite safe if you have your units a bit more tankier. And of course, if your Zing is 6 star at max level 40. As you can see, 1 minute 51 seconds is a bit on the longer side, right? But it's generally a very safe team, especially if you bring Zing because of his AI. So if you don't have Ling Ling, you don't want to build the Fire Lizard Man, and if you're like me, this is what you can run this setup, whereby you bring 2 beneficial blockers as well as some fail-safes such as Lauren, which is free to play, Friend, which you can get easily from the shop, and then Raoul, which is also free to play. With this team setup, you can be running between 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending on your runes and also depending on the RNG. Oh yeah, one more thing I would like to mention is that some of you might be saying, why not have the beneficial blockers to be running in front of Fran and Lauren? Have them move first to block the beneficial effect so that the runs can be a bit more faster. For me, I would prefer my Lauren to move first because then I do not have to build a second Lauren because I'm using her for siege. If Lauren is going first, then a friend can buff the immunity for more damage and also for more safety from the 5th turn stun that's gonna come out. Either way, you can experiment on having the beneficial blockers to move first or not. So now that the boring part is out of the way, you know how to farm the Steel Fortress and how the artifacts can be very useful, and like the route, having the wind damage reduction going into a wind boss, and flat stats from artifacts that boost up his survivability. Well, let's see Rauk in the World Arena RTA. So hopefully Rauk shines here with Bastet going first turn, hopefully. Okay, my Bastet went first. Then Daphne should be able to take out the Bulldozer. Okay, yes, we land the armor break. We managed to kill the Bulldozer. I think he's gonna go for Vigor, armor break, and then kill the Rauk. Oh, he's going for the Deafness. He should have went for the Rauk because Deafness already used his skills. Or his skill rather. Okay, so he kills off the Deafness. Let's see if Rauk can shine here. Let's go for the Miho. Oh no, but he's 100% crit. Oh man. This is not looking good. Everyone here is 100% crit. Okay, we need to stun the Miho to win this. We don't get the stun. We need Bastet to kill the Miho. Okay, let's go for dots. If we land the dots, we win. Okay, so Juno with crit rate lead did not manage to crit the Miho. So Rauk here is gonna go for his skill. That's quite a chunky damage, and skill 1. And we can auto. Okay, so Rauk managed to win in RTA, although it's against a fighter 3. Alright, that's all for today, guys. So if you like the video, do hit like below, and if you like to support the channel, do subscribe also, it's free. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.